today I'm going to contrast the Bible study method called SOAP against the OIA method. Both methods have strengths and weaknesses, and I want to highlight those so that you can make a good decision on which one you might benefit from in your everyday life. And you know what? You might end up using both. I do. Okay, so the SOAP method, it stands for Scripture, Observation, Application, and Prayer. You're going to grab a scripture, write it down, get it in your head, then you're going to make observations about that scripture. Who's writing? Who are they writing to? Who's speaking? What are they saying? What is the context? Maybe the history, whatever you can understand and ascertain from your reading. And then from those observations, you're going to translate those into application points. How can you use what you've learned? You know, what would change about your life? And then you're going to pray about those application points before God, expressing thankfulness and asking for wisdom and guidance on how to use what you've learned. It's very strong because young people can use it and young Christians can use it without having to have a lot of background in order to get down to some quick application points. Also, it gets you really familiar with the Bible and it teaches you, read the Bible, pray every day. What better than that, right? So there's the strengths, but are there weaknesses? Well, let me talk about OIA first. OIA stands for observation, interpretation, and application. What you'll do is you'll grab a scripture, you're going to make many observations, many as you can. You need to ask probably all the same questions that you would if you were doing the SOAP method, but you need to be going to Bible dictionaries. Get familiar with words, get familiar with the time period. What is the genre? You need to get familiar with as many observational points as you can so that you can come to a clear, concise interpretation. Because the stronger your observations, the better you can interpret it. And the more clearly you interpret it, the better that you can apply it. Now notice, in the SOAP model, you went from observation directly to application. Where's the interpretation piece? Well, they assume that you got that. But what I like about OIA is that it calls it out. It forces you, before you apply anything, to take your observations and distill those down into one or two sentences of meaning. What does this mean? Before I can ask how is it significant for me or for my church, I need to know what it means and I need to have a sentence or two about that. So that's the strength of OIA. Now after I've got that, now that interpretation becomes meaningful because I can apply it in a number of versatile ways. I like SOAP because it allows young people and young Christians to quickly get in and go through the process of both Bible reading and prayer, getting more familiar with the Bible and being able to do it quickly each day. But I like OIA because it situates a pastor to be able to deliver really high-powered sermons to his congregation because he's went through a very thick process. It's good if you're leading a Wednesday night Bible study. It's good if you're leading a small group and you want to be able to lead these people well and govern how they interpret and apply the text because you've already done this yourself. So both methods have clear strengths and they have clear weaknesses. But I encourage you to explore both methods, and in the comments below, tell me which one you like.